Good evening, gang. This is gonna be another sector review. This is for 7/14 for next week. I'm going to run through the sectors like I did last week, and if I have some time, I'll probably do a couple of tickers. But this is mainly a session for just the sectors, and hopefully it'll help you find your tickers of what you want to trade. Always remember, you can always trade the sectors too. So without further ado, I'm going to announce what new candles we have for next week. We have the 2-day opening Monday on the 14th, the 5-day, the 10-day, the 1 week, and the 3 week. So I will be mainly focusing on those time frames, as I'll be giving my thesis on each of these sectors. All right, let's get it. So first up is XLY. We're going to look at XLY on the 3 week. The 3 week closed as a strong bullish candle. It's been holding the 50% of the previous month's low. Previous 50% of the previous month at 207.43. So the halfway mark of the previous month has been support thus far. We're looking for the 3 week target would be 227.01. So go down to the weekly. The weekly is a bullish 2-2 continuation, a strong bullish candle. We will be looking for this target, most likely the same for the weekly. We have price that was bought up here, so this has been support here, and we're holding this up. A strong bullish candle on the week. For 5 day, 5 days also mimicking the weekly with a 3-2 continuation. We'll be looking for that to continue. And on the daily closed inside. This could potentially be an entry if you want to take it off here. We could mark our daily call entry would be, this would be the daily call entry at 221.90, and because this is an inside candle, we can mark both sides, and this will be the put entry. So this will be the entry where we think it will be going down. So we will mark this red for the put entry on the day. I normally date these as well, so it would normally say 7/14, but for time purposes, we just gonna keep it moving. Oh, so for this inside candle, we will mark the high of it, and we will mark the low of it. Your entry for calls off the daily is 221.90. The put entry is 219.87. First target for the downside would be previous day's low at 219.19, and then previous month's high at 219 even. For the upside, once we break 221.90, I would target the yearly open at 224.44 for XLY. Okay, XLV. Let's take these off for now. The 3 week. I'm in an XLV play I'm not too thrilled about right now. It pulled back. So the 3 week, it did close as a bullish outside candle, which is what we like, but it's also rejecting like it did the past 3 week, this 3 week, and the one before that. So this area is a key area for sellers, and when it gets in this area and then it sells off. So I typically would like to see a close above this area, more than likely 139.11, because we can get here to the 6 month open and at 138.26 and then fall just like we've done here. So a strong close above 139.11. Like I said, I'm in something already, but I got time on it, so I'll see what I want to do with it. This is off the 3rd week. So the weekly, we are a 2 down on the weekly. We're closing the week red here. Like I said, here it shows a clearer picture that we've been rejecting here. This is an area of rejection, so we need to get above all of this. It's the weekly. The 5 days, same thing on the 5 days. It looks on the weekly. We need to get above all of this to clear this and push forward to get to target 145.50. On the daily, we closed as a bearish hammer on the daily, but I do like how this is holding up. These wicks on the bottom, price is holding here. So basically XLV is just stuck in a range still. We're in between the monthly high and basically 50% of the previous month. We just in here. So it can continue to just be in here, in this range, and just keep going like within here. So we'll see how that turns out. I can even go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour is inside. See, here we go. And this is our range. So we're stuck inside. Even the quarter is really where it is. If you go on the 3 month, we're literally stuck in the previous quarter, and if you can see, the trend is trending downward. So we would like to see a bullish reversal, and like I say, take out this, and this will give us hope, a little bit more positivity to the upside for healthcare. All right, next up we have XLU on the 3 week. The 3 week is inside. If you would like to if you would like to be a 3 week participant, you can mark out the 3 week. The entry off the 3 week will be here. I don't have a 3 week, but we can make it. It's all different colors. So you will mark the high of this candle, since this candle is closed and we're getting a new 3 week Monday, like I stated, and you will do the same for the bottom half. So your entry for calls on the 3 week would be 82.77. So once The new 3-week candle opens up and it breaks either side. The upside 82.77, you can look to take calls and then buy a contract probably 5 to 6 weeks out. Because if you're going to be a 3-week participant, you have to at least give the contract or give the play at least 3 weeks to work out. So, and you want to make sure you have time. So, double the time. Give it room to grow. Same for the put side. Your entry on the 3-week would be 80.35. You would take it. What is this? You would take it to the previous week low, which is 79.78. If you want to hold it a little longer, you can take it to the 3-month open at 78.80. I have some old stuff on here. See, like I was saying here, I usually mark the dates, but not tonight. The weekly is a hammer, a bullish outside hammer on the weekly. Outside candles, you could also mark the bullish entry at the top, which also coincides with the 3-week entry, so we wouldn't have to mark anything. I mean, you can make a notation and be like weekly / 3-week entry. You could do that, but that's about it. The 5-week, 5 day, same thing for the 5 day, same candle structure, same pattern. We looking very bullish on XLU. We would like for it to break above 82.77. This looks like a good area that it wants to break above. Multiple inches. We have a fail too on the daily. What does the 4 hour look like? It's a 2 up on the 4 hour. So yeah, XLU looks good. Entry will be 82.77. You can take it to all-time highs, which is also previous. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not all-time highs. I think all-time highs is here though. If I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah, you can take it to all-time highs, 83.44. That'll be cool. XLRE. Okay, what do we have on the 3-week? Ugh. This is horrible. This 3-week candle closes as a bearish doji. Off the bat, after 3 weeks, I stated this in the last segment. XLRE is still stuck in this range. It's in this box. All this, I think I already have it drawn out. Oh no, it's not on here. But between pretty much 42.45 and I guess we could say 39.92. This is just here. So we will have to wait for that to break the upside or the downside of either. It don't know what it wanted to get. The weekly, see, I can draw a box and kind of just show you this range that is just in here. And it's been there, and we're on the weekly time frame. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. We just been stuck here. So there, we came off a broadening low, and we pushed up. So now we're just compressing. So the hopeful is coming off the low. We push up, we compress a little bit, and we push up again. The saying is expansion, compression, expansion. Whether it's expansion, compression expansion to the upside or to the downside. Either way, right now it's stuck. And we will have to wait. 5 day, yeah, same thing. See, it's just, look at that. This is the range when you go down to the daily. So, and when you go to the monthly, this is on a higher time frame, or there will always be a time frame that confirms what I'm telling you. Yes, I'm looking on these time frames, but you see how I put this in a box. There is one time frame that is going to show you this box that I showed you, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. I went to, what did I show you guys? The 3 week. I show you the compression on the 3 week. I show you on the weekly, and then I showed it to you on the daily. But look at the monthly. We are inside month, and we've been inside month for the last pretty much 3 months. We was inside month here, then we had a fail to, we got above, and then we came back down within the range, and now we're in the range again, within the range of this previous candle. So X, L, or E is just stuck. And so this is what I mean. There will literally be one time frame that will show you the compression. The 3 month. We're inside 3 month. These yellow candles on my chart, you can color code them how you wish to remember what's inside, what's outside, what's a 2 up, what's a 2 down. The yellow ones are they show compression for me on my chart. So there's that. That's how you find it out. XLP. There's the 3 month. It's inside. But let's go to the 3 week. 3 week. Yeah, pretty much. There's the we're compressing from 84.60 to pretty much here 78.21. We're just in this range as well. That's a 3 week. We could take, if we go below 80.08, we're taking the previous month low at 79.26 and possibly the 6 month open at 78.78. We get anything below that, we come in to sweep these lows right here. That's just that. On the weekly, we are a 2 down on the week. So like I said, if we get any lower on, we'll come take this. If we lose 80.39, we'll come in and take this, what I just mentioned. The 5 day. 5 days inside. So basically, like I've been saying, you take your inside candles, you could mark your call side, which would be, if you would take the 5 day entry, 82.17, or if you would take the put side, you would take 80.37. Anything below that. Daily is a 212, which is a bearish. If you look at it, we're trending downward. So if this can't hold come next week, we taking all this. We're coming down to 70. Yeah, we're coming down to 79. If we can't, we've been holding it thus far, but if we break it next week, this is where we're coming. Okay. XLK. XLK has been trending. Oh, let me start on 3 week. My bad. 3 week is strong. We are at all-time highs with XLK. This is tech. 3 week is strong. We pulled back just a little bit. We have a small wick that rejected at 258.84. We closed at 255.85. But the 3 week is still strong. The weekly close as a fail to up. So we went up above this previous candle the previous week, and then we came back down in the range. So we closed within this previous candle. So it's a fail to up. We failed to continue to go up. So we're stuck here on the 5 day, same thing. So we could be getting ready for a pullback on tech and start. This could be our early signal to detect that we're finna start coming back down after being up all this way. Remember, what goes up must come down to rebalance, so it's a possibility we could get some retracement back into here, at least in somewhere within the range before going back up. But XLK, I wouldn't be surprised, it's exhausted, so we could look out for that. The daily close week, see, like I'm saying, this candle, Thursday was a red day, and then Friday, this was our signal that the next day was going to be a red day. So we did close red on the daily for XLK. So we would like to see how Monday will show out for us. XLI, XLI, the 3-week close pretty strong. I like it. This is industrials. We are at all-time highs with industrials. I remember saying that last week. The weekly is strong. We close as a 322 continuation, holding price. We came back within, and buyers bought it up. We tapped the previous month's high at 147.73 and brought it back up to close at 150.20. The 5 day, same pattern on the 5 day. The daily, we are a 2 down on the daily, being that all time frames are pointing full time frame continuity, even at all time highs. This one candle could be your candle to get in on the pullback, so to say. When you have all your time frames green and then you have one time frame that's red, that's usually your, what we like to call your buying time frame. When you want to try to figure out when to get in on it, it's been running up and you want to get in. Of course, on the pullback, you never want to get in while it's running up and buy at the highs. Wait for a pullback. So this daily candle could typically be the pullback when you would want a little bit more. I personally would like a dip back down into 148, even maybe even 147. But seeing how price was bought up here, this is probably as low as you go. So another dip back down into 148 to take you back up to past all-time highs would be great. XLF on the 3-week close strong. We want to watch this because we swept these highs and then came back within the range. We did not close below this candle, so that's a good sign. So you still want to watch that. The weekly, we did come back and close as a 2 down on the weekly, so we are a red week. A red week. We are a inside 5 day. We would take the top of this 5 day candle, 53.27, and mark it as our call entry to take it up. We will mark the bottom of this inside candle at 52.10 to mark the downside, to take the downside on this 5 day candle. The daily is a 2 down day, so we could, if it doesn't look strong enough to, based on how we closed Friday, but if we can't hold this next week, we're already pretty much here at the previous week low at 52.14. We wicked below it, but we closed back above it. If price can't continue to hold this area like it has been, because it's look like it's getting weaker with each touch. If we can't hold this, we're coming down, baby. We're gonna go ahead and fill this gap here. That may be where we pivot at 51.93. If not, we can take it here to 51.45 and possibly 51.12. But I kind of don't see XLF going that low. But hey, anything can happen. XLE. Ooh. Look at this. XLE closed as a as a hammer on. Well, yeah, this would be considered a doji hammer on the 3 week. This is a bullish sign here, because at one point this candle was red, and then it pushed. Price found a sale where the market had found a price here at 84.11, where they thought this was on sale, and pushed this all the way back up. That's why this candle doesn't look like this candle. The price was pushed back up. At one point it looked like this candle, and then it reversed. So this is a bullish sign. We found buyers here. This is an interest. This lets us know buyers were interested big time here and pushed it all the way back up from where it came. So XLE on the 3 week looks bullish. Look, the 3 week target would be 94.83. If we go down to the weekly is a 2-2 bullish continuation on the 3 week. On the weekly. And if you look at this candle right here, this is what we're trying to feel. This is what XLE is trying to feel. It's trying to feel this imbalance. This is what we call an imbalance. And just like what goes up must come down, what goes down must also go back up, and just balance itself out. The market is about balances and imbalances. If there's an imbalance, sure enough, it is going to go back and rebalance and equal that balance out. So we are looking for a target of 94.83 pretty much on all time frames. That's first target. The 5 day, like I said, is saying we're just showing you a clear pattern of what it looks like. Daily, same thing. We close as a 3-2 up on the day. We will be looking for continuation for 3-2-2 continuation on the day. Get into this gap. Oh yeah, there's a gap here. If let me see, let's hide everything. You can see this open gap. So we want to target that. Yes, sir. So XLE looks great. What's next? XLC. 3 week. XLC on the 3 week. We're at all-time highs with XLC. Look at this V-shaped recovery. We closed above these previous highs right before we filled, but we rejected. We're still above them, so that's a good sign, but we did pull back. So as you can see, we had a 3-2 up, we gapped up, and now we're a 2 down. We filled the gap, so we would like to see XLC either hold price here at 105.58, or it could even come down to 50% of the previous month, which is 104.55, or even a little further if it wants a deeper retracement. And I wouldn't mind 102.72. Current price for XLC is 106.01. It's on the weekly, the 5 day. Yeah, so it looks like XLC is getting just a bit of a retracement. I mean, I wouldn't be alarmed until you start getting under 100. So this is good. This pullback is good. If you see, we have a run up. Like I say, what goes up must come back and rebalance. So we would like to see something similar to like this was the high. Yeah, this is the high. So hold on. Here and then here for XLC. Y'all see how that go? So yeah, that was the 5-day, the daily. So yeah, we're trending downward right now for XLC. We are 2-2 continuation on the daily for XLC. We did wick here, which does line up with 105.57, which is a previous break of structure. So this could hold here, but if not, see this could hold here, but if not, we're coming down. XLB. XLB looks good. XLB closed as an outside bullish candle. For you can also mark, just like we did the inside candles, for the outside candles you can mark the top of the outside candle as an entry at 92.89 if you want to be a 3-week participant. We did displace and close above these previous highs where we went high and then this is where we fell. This time we went high and we closed above it, even though we did reject here. So this still looks promising for XLB for continuation up. As long as we are above here, above 91, we're still doing good for XLB. On the weekly, same thesis. We pull back some. This could possibly be an entry if we can even get it to pull back a little bit more. We can kind of jump in, but XLB looks good. Same for the 5-day. There's a gap down. 90 looks good for a retracement. If we can get XLB to come back down to 90, that'll be dope. And do what I just showed y'all in the previous one. And come down. What I say, 90? You can come down to 89. Come down right here. And then take it to the top. Not bad. XLB looks good still. It still looks good. I think it's just in retracement. What's next? I'm gonna skip H. Well, no, I'm not. 3-week for SMH. SMH is a form of tech. Strong 3 weeks. Strong 3 weeks. These are for the semiconductors. So we looking good. We closed above this previous high. A strong close above it. So this still looks good with no retracement, with no wick. So this looks good on the 3-week. The weekly is a 3-2-2 continuation, so we're looking strong on the week. Semiconductors still looking real good. 2-2 continuation on the 5-day. Oh, we got a red candle. What did I say about your red candles? We have a fail to up where we price went above this previous candle's high, which was 288.19. It went above it and topped out at 288.94, but then it came back within the range. So now it's a fail two. All the time frames are still green, so they are still in alignment for upside. This could be your entry with the 4 hour. Oh, look at that, 4 hour entry. Boom. So you will want 288.77, a close above that, and if for the put side, 287.20. You want to close below that. So we bust above that, we good for a continuation for the upside. We start sliding below 287.20, then we know we're going down. So that's good for semiconductors. I mean, the Qs, same thing. Tech. Look how strong that is. This chart is pretty much going to mimic SMH, or SMH mimics the Qs. However you want to look at it. Fail 2 on the weekly. So I'm pretty sure there's an inside candle somewhere. Oh, the 4 hour. Just like SMH. So those two mirror, so same thing. The entry would be, if you want to take SMH off the inside break, it would be 55.71, and you will take it to equal highs at 557.64. My bad, y'all. I don't know. It's late. It's midnight. I'm up. Hey, bear with me. So yeah, you would take it to that level from the inside break. If it starts becoming bullish and we lose the weekly open at 553.52, you will take this to the downside target of 552.07. That's for the Qs. NQ is the big dog of the Qs. They just kind of all fall in line. So NQ, QQQ, SMH, Tech. See how you see we already on the 4 hour. We already know it's inside. 9 times out of 10, this chart is going to look exactly the same. See, bullish 3 week. Oops. Bullish 3 week with the sweep above, close above sweep. 3, 2. It's a fail 2 on the weekly. Same thing. Oh, you got an inside 5 day. You can take the inside break off the 5 day. Mark the top. Mark the bottom. See which one breaks. There's your 212. Price is holding here. See that wick? It's been holding here. We've been holding 50. This is 50% of the previous week. If we lose this, we're coming down. What that 4 hour look like? Yep, inside. Boop. All right, ES. Here's the 3 week. ES looks bullish. Same for NQ. We swept these highs, closed above them. The weekly, we are a fail 2 on the weekly. We're still holding the 3-month open. And is that 50%? No, that's not. What is this? The 3-month open? I can't see because it's covering it up right here. It's pink, but that would make sense because my monthly high, 50% of the monthly. Oh, this the open. That's why. Okay. So the 3 month and the monthly open are here. This is a key area that it keeps holding, and that price is 62.45.50. So we keep holding it. We gonna keep going up. The 5 day. The 5 day is inside. You can take the inside break if you want to. 63.30. The bear side would be 62.78, which is 50% half of the previous week. So midway of the previous week is 62.78. We get there, you can start betting that we're going down. That would be an earlier entry than the 5 day, if that makes sense. Oh, what was we on? The weekly? We was on somewhere, and I said, what did I just say? Was it the weekly? I don't know. But I can tell you now, if we lose 50% of the previous week, 62.70, then we're going to start going down. I don't know. I have a small bias to think that we are going to go down next week. I'm not all the way 100%, which no one is, but I think we are going to get some downside next week. I do think we break this. SPY. SPY on the 3 week. Ooh, same. Strong. Fell too. On the weekly. Fell two up. 5 day, same thing. Daily, we gap down. Price is still holding, like I said, this area. On ES, it's also doing the same thing for SPY. So if we can hold the 620 area, 619, then we'll have a chance to go back up to all-time highs. If we lose the 619 area, we're coming down to 615, 616 area. Yep. That's SPY. Is that it for me? That is it for me. That is it. Those are all the ones I want to go over with you guys. Also, like I mentioned, it was to go through here are your sectors, and if you want to go through each sector, you will go to, I think I mentioned it earlier, www.sectorspiders.com. So that's sectorspdrs.com. And once you get there, there is a search tab, of course, where you can type in your ticker and it'll tell you what sector it falls on. So I know we say the order is sector first, then finding your ticker. This is true, but I know a lot of you know the tickers before you know the sectors. You know your Apple, you know your Tesla, you know your Amazon, and these are the things that you know before you learn your sector. So you learn, what you do is take the sector's its ticker and plug it in the search bar on Sector Spider, and it will tell you what sector that ticker is, and it will also give you the rest of the group of tickers that are also in that sector as well. So y'all check that out. It's a good tool to have. It's easy. to navigate, and it helps you move quickly when you're charting. So your sectors, knowing what your daily candle openings are in your tickers, baby, and you chart. And also make sure your charts are mimicking as much as they can to your sector. So find if your chart of the sector that you're looking at is bullish, make sure the ticker is bullish as well. If the sector that you're looking at is bearish, make sure when you go to that stock and that sector that they align and that they're both bearish. All right, gang. Any questions? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is pretty much how we do things around here. So watch it on repeat, because this is a repeatable system. Until next time, peace.